Man, I've I've seen this happen in my own life time and time again. So I can't help but just keep making videos on this time and time again. Video after video on the same topic. I don't care, bro. This is the only thing you need to be knowing. Whatever thing you're in, you could be a model, bro. Bro, you could be a teacher, you could be a mother, you could be a millionaire, you could be a construction worker. It doesn't matter. This is the only thing that you need to be knowing, the only thing that you have to have in your mind. You walk through the day, that's the only thing that you're thinking of. And it's the power of your imagination, the power of what you assume happens. Literally, what you assume happens. Let me talk to you about it for a bit. Time and time again, I've started to realize that whatever I'm looking at on the outside, the world on the outside is completely fake, man. It's completely fake. The world on the outside, the only reason why it's here, you're seeing it, is because it's a reflection of what's been happening within you, what's been happening deep within. Understand this. The unseen world and the seen world. What's the bridge between the unseen and the seen? It's the way that you're feeling. The way that you're feeling. So if you're constantly feeling states of lack, states of scarcity, you're constantly begging people, when you're always feeling like that, you're outside, the seen world is going to be reflecting that. The unseen world is the world of imagination, the things that you're imagining. And in the unseen world, you can literally have anything that you want. That's where kun fayakun is a reality. You imagine things and it's a reality, that's it. But the seen world, what you assume to be true is what you start to see in the seen world. So for example, there is actually even a hadith that says that I am what my servant assumes me to be. So Allah is to you what you assume Allah is. So if you're always assuming that Allah is this being that's always taking a revenge from you, that's always testing you, that's always wanting to see some effort from you, and then as a result, finally you can receive what you want from Allah. If you're constantly feeling like that, that's exactly what you'll be getting, because think about it. The unseen, your imagination. So you're basically imagining Allah to be like this. But now you're also feeling that Allah is like this, because you're getting confirmation from the outside. You're like, nah, this happened last time, so as a result, this is going to happen again. Last time, you're thinking that, oh, I didn't get the job that I want because Allah wanted me to, was just basically testing me. Allah put me in this problem because He was testing me. And the only reason I'm able to succeed now is because I have to put effort into whatever I want to get. And then as a result, you're feeling like that, you feel that this is true, and that's what you'll be seeing. That's exactly what you'll be seeing. And I've seen this happen too many times, man. Like, I've gone from, I don't know, minus 20k in a day to plus 30k in a day, just like that. Why? Because of the state that I was in. I would be in a state where I'm like, bruh, things are falling down, things are horrible, what is this? And then I would just change it. I'm like, hold on a minute, ignore the outside. The outside is just a reflection of what's within. Ignore that for a bit. Stop letting the outside put feelings of doubt, feelings of scarcity, feelings of lack within you. Stop doing that for a bit. Like, stop being controlled by the outside. Stop being a slave to the outside. And just put your attention back to Allah. Be a slave only to Allah. And then once you truly, truly become a slave to Allah, and you stop resisting everything, and you just surrender to Allah, what's going to happen is that you'll start to think of the qualities of Allah. And what are the qualities of Allah? Al-Ghani, Al-Mughni, Al-Razzaq, Ar-Rahman, all those names. The independence, the one that makes you independent, the one that gives the rizq, the one that has the most love, the most abundance, the most mercy, all of that stuff. You're thinking of all of that stuff. So then slowly, you're constantly putting your attention on the real, on the one. What starts to happen is that now, because you're constantly thinking of abundance, of pure love, of all these beautiful things, things are the opposite of scarcity, the opposite of lack, the opposite of doubt, all these things. Now what starts to happen is that when you start imagining things, because now you're in a heightened state, your state is high, you're feeling love, you're feeling abundance. So now when you start thinking, when you start imagining whatever goal you want, whatever goal, bro, doesn't matter what it is, because all of it is the same. To Allah, is something greater than another? Is something lower than another? It's all the same. 1 billion, Same as $1. All of it is the same. To you, it's different, but to Allah, it's the same. So now when you're just thinking, you're just imagining new things. You're maybe imagining like a new opportunity. You're imagining a new car. You're imagining a new love. If you've been hurt, you're imagining your parents being retired. You're imagining a different bank account. You're imagining anything, bro. Anything. It could literally be anything. You're imagining those things. Now what starts to happen is that the more you start like being in the state of, say for example, gratitude, like a high state, and you're imagining something. You combine these two, an intention and an emotion, a high emotion. You combine these two, what starts to happen, the more you stay within those things, the outside starts changing. Literally starts changing. Now at this point, it doesn't matter how long it's going to take. Like, you think that in order to pay your house, it'll take maybe 20 years. But when you're in the States, and you're just like lingering in these states right here, 20 years is nothing. There is no 20 years. It might come in an instant. The more you stay within the state, the more you keep assuming this feeling to be true, this thing that you're imagining to be true, the more that there is no more time. Because now understand, you're doing something in the unseen. And in the unseen, there is no time and there is no space. There is no such thing in the unseen. In the unseen, everything is just like there's just nothing. That's all it is. They call it the quantum field. There is nothing. It's the state of infinite possibilities. It's the state of no impossibilities. It's the world of no impossibilities. Now, when you're in that state, you keep doing that for a long period of time, to the point that even when something does come out on the outside, that usually brings out feelings of doubt, feelings of lack within you, you don't react to it. Because now you're not a slave to the world anymore. You're not a slave to the dunya anymore. You're only a slave to Allah. And the more you stay in that state, you'll be getting the exact same thing that you're imagining. Because now you're doing two things, by the way. You're doing the thing that the hadith Qudsi that says, Allah says, I am what my servant thinks of me, which is what you're imagining, but you're also being in a state of gratitude. And that state of gratitude fulfills the ayah that says that the more grateful you are, the more I will increase you. You're literally combining those two formulas right here. You combine those two formulas, you change the outside. Now listen, don't be a dum-dum and coming up to me and being like, nah bro, you're not the one that's changing, it's only Allah. Don't be a dum-dum. I stopped replying to these people, bro. I just don't want you to be like that. Like, understand what I'm saying. Understand what I'm saying. Like stop being a baby here. But anyway, trust me, bro. This is the only thing that you need to be knowing. Everything else I feel like is just grade 1 level things. Don't worry about everything else. Like when people come up to you and they're like, yeah, learn the skills. But I noticed that even sometimes without the skills, things can just come to you. If you just master this right here. You master this right here, I don't know, man. You become unbeatable. You become undefeatable. But anyway, because by the way, when you understand this, have you ever seen that meme where it's like this little Chinese kid where he has like a boots like this, and then you only see like a part of it, but then when you see the other part of it, it's like, oh, it was him the entire time? Now you'll understand that the entire time, the reason why you're getting destroyed in life is because of your own fault, man. Because you've been using those two formulas, but the opposite. You've been assuming the worst to Allah. You've been not being in a state of gratitude. You're becoming in a state of kufr. Are you really truly living in a state of gratitude? Because the opposite of gratitude in Arabic is kufr. And it's interesting because kufr literally implies when you take the seed and you hide it, which means that it's already been there. Like the reality, the truth is that you should always be in gratitude because Allah is always blessing you. So it's already there. It's just you've been hiding it the entire time. But anyway, if this was helpful, just let me know.